Today, I put 32 all-time teams in the NFL. So there's over 400 legends combined with the stars of today. Now we'll check out all the players added in the season stats, but let's go through some of the best team by team. So the Bears got Smokin' Jay Cutler at quarterback, Walter Payton and Gale Sayers at running back, Devin Hester, and a defense that includes Brian Urlacher, Mike Singletary, and the Fridge William Perry. The Bengals still have Joe Burrow as their QB, but a receiving core with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, AJ Green, and Chad Johnson. The Bills got Josh Allen, and allegedly the deadliest running back in this league, OJ Simpson. The Broncos got John Elway, Terrell Davis, Shannon Sharp, and a cornerback duo of Champ Bailey and Patrick Surtain. The Browns have Otto Graham at quarterback, with Jim Brown in the backfield. The Buccaneers have a defense with Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, John Lynch, and Warren Sapp. The Cardinals have one of my favorite receivers of all time with Larry Fitzgerald. The Chargers have LaDainian Tomlinson, Antonio Gates, and Dan Fouts is their quarterback. In a previous video, I used Phillip Rivers for the Chargers, and a lot of people told me that Dan Fouts was way better, so he's their quarterback this time around. The Chiefs still have Patrick Mahomes, but add Jamal Charles, Tyreek Hill, Otis Taylor, and Tony Gonzalez to their offense. The Colts got Peyton Manning, which is it just me, or does Peyton Manning only associate with the Broncos now, like after he's retired? I grew up with him as a Colt, but it kind of feels like that never happened. Like, am I going crazy? But anyway, they also have Edgerrin James, Dallas Clark, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Bob Sanders, and Dwight Freeney. The Commanders have Joe Theismann at QB, and London Fletcher, Darrell Green, and Sean Taylor on defense. The Cowboys have Roger Staubach, Michael Irvin, Jason Witten, and Emmitt Smith. The Dolphins got Dan Marino, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, and Ricky Williams, which anytime we use him, I gotta bring up this helmet, which he signed hitting holes and smoking bowls, which is just very on brand for him. The Eagles got Donovan McNabb, Reggie White, and Brian Dawkins. The Falcons got Michael Vick, which, controversial opinion, I actually think Matt Ryan is the best Falcons quarterback of all time. But in another previous video, I got ripped to shreds for that opinion. Like, I think if Vick played his entire career in Atlanta, he probably would have been the best. But if you look up the numbers, they're not even close. Anyway, the Falcons also have Julio Jones and Deion Sanders. The 49ers got Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Patrick Willis, and Vernon Davis. Giants got Eli Manning, Saquon Barkley back, Odell Beckham Jr., Jeremy Shockey, Lawrence Taylor, and Michael Strahan on the edge. Jags got Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, and Jimmy Smith. Now, unfortunately, I am a Jets fan, and I think many people would say Joe Namath is the best QB we've ever had, but I'm going with my personal favorite, Chad Pennington, for this video. They also got Hall of Famer Curtis Martin, Don Maynard, and a cornerback duo of Darrell Revis and Sauce Gardner. The Lions got Matt Stafford back, Barry Sanders at running back, Calvin Johnson at receiver, and Night Train Lane at corner. Now, the Packers have a 99 overall Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. In my opinion, Rodgers is the better quarterback of the two, but everything in this league is set to auto, so I'm letting the Packers decide who they want to start. But either quarterback will have Amon Green, Don Hudson, Devontae Adams, and Sterling Sharp to throw to. The Panthers got Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey back, and Steve Smith Sr. on the outside, with Julius Peppers and Luke Kuechly on defense. The Patriots are led by the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady, and he's got his killer tight ends back with Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, which is a perfect transition to say the Ravens are led by Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, and Lamar Jackson. The Raiders got Ken Stabler, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, and Charles Woodson. Rams got Kurt Warner, Eric Dickerson, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, and Aaron Donald back. The Saints got Drew Brees, Reggie Bush, Deuce McAllister, and a prime Michael Thomas. Seahawks get Russell Wilson, Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch, Steve Largent, and the Legion of Boom with Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and Richard Sherman. Steelers get Ben Roethlisberger, Jerome Bettis, Hines Ward, and Antonio Brown. They also got Mel Blount, Rod Woodson, and Troy Polamalu on defense. For the Texans, I let them keep CJ Stroud. You'll never see me use the other guy in one of my videos. But they also got Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, and DeAndre Hopkins, with Brian Cushing, Mario Williams, and JJ Watt on D. Titans got Steve McNair, Earl Campbell, Eddie George, CJ 2K, and Javon Curse. And lastly, the Vikings got Dante Culpepper, all-day Adrian Peterson, and a receiving room with Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and Justin Jefferson. Gotta give a quick shout out to Joaquin Hernandez for somehow predicting this video as I was setting it up. Second, shout out to Razor Heath, who got put in today's video as a 99 overall tight end. I know he subscribed because I see him comment on a bunch of videos, and I mean, he literally said please, so I feel like I had to do it. If you want to be featured in a future video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button too while you're at it. Help us get to 200,000 subscribers because we're getting real close. And if we can get there in the next week, I'll reveal what's been secretly hiding behind me in this box for the last like 3 months. It's honestly one one of the biggest things that's ever happened to this channel, and I think you guys are really gonna love it. So please subscribe and help us get to 200K. Now, before we go to the playoffs, I do want to play with 2 teams because, yeah, for some reason there's a bug in this game right now that changes players' appearance no matter what you set it as. And here's a perfect example, because Matt Stafford definitely does not have long hair. I honestly can't help but laugh at it because, like, I spend so much time setting up these videos, and then there's a stupid visual bug like that that's just out of my hands. But I do just need to mention it because you're definitely going to see some players who don't look exactly right. But since we're combining eras with, like, current day players and legends, it's kind of like its own universe. But what I got to do right now is get our boy Razor Heath a touchdown here so we can move on to the next team, which is going to be the 49ers because, oh my God, why is Joe Montana black? Yeah, I think this team is going to perform the best in the simulation, throwing to, okay, a white Terrell Owens. Just for the record, this is what Joe Montana looks like in the menu, and this is what Terrell Owens looks like in the menu. And you know what? I'm not even going to change it because I think it's actually funnier to just let it be whatever it's going to be for the video. What's weird is that some players are totally normal, but then there's others who just look absolutely nothing like they do in real life. Anyway, getting back to the point of this video, I do think the Niners are going to perform the best in the sim because they are just absolutely loaded. I'm honestly at a loss for words because I'm finding out which players are bugged at the same time you are. But Jerry Rice gets this touchdown, and thankfully he looks normal. So now we'll sim to the playoffs to check out all the player stats and see how the teams do. Wow, okay, this did not go how I thought it was going to. So in the AFC East, the Patriots are the only team to make the playoffs. Dan Marino had almost 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, but they only managed to go 7-10. Then Josh Allen had 4,428, Brady had 4,237, and for some reason the Jets started Joe Namath and Chad Pennington this year. Next in the AFC North, the Steelers and Ravens made the playoffs. Nearly 5,000 yards and 44 touchdowns from Burrow did not get the Bengals to the playoffs. Big Ben had 4,035, and Lamar had 4,000 yards and 23 touchdowns. In the South, the Colts and Titans made it in. 4,600 yards and 37 touchdowns for McNair, 4,200 yards and 40 touchdowns for Peyton, and then Stroud had 4K and 33. And lastly for the AFC, the Broncos and Raiders made it in at 11-6. Patrick Mahomes had 4,700 yards and 44 touchdowns and missed the playoffs, while Elway had 4,441, and Ken Stabler had 3,700 yards and 36 touchdowns. And now on the NFC side, the Cowboys went 13-4, with Staubach throwing for 4,400 yards and 44 touchdowns. McNabb had 4,229, Joe Theismann had 3,526, and the Giants for some reason also started 2 quarterbacks. It's weird both New York teams could not decide on a quarterback. Then in the North, we got the Vikings and Bears making the playoffs, with the Packers left out at 10-7. Wow, Favre had 5,400 yards and 59 touchdowns. How did they miss the playoffs? Stafford had 4,434, and Smokin' Jay also had 3,400 yards with 4K yards, and 3,800 yards and 38 touchdowns to only 2 picks for Dante Culpepper. In the NFC South, the Saints were the only team to make it in. Breeze had 5,400 yards and 47 touchdowns, 4,100 from Vic, and 3,800 from Cam Newton. But in the West, the Niners went 17-0, with the Rams and Seahawks also making it in. Geez, Kurt Warner had 5,600 yards and 56 touchdowns. Montana had 4,646, and Russ had 4,232. What about rushing? Oh my God. LaDainian Tomlinson had 2,600 yards and 36 touchdowns. Bo Jackson had 1,717. Marshawn Lynch went beast mode with 1,718. Then Walter Payton with 1,600. Edgerrin James, Jim Brown, Eric Dickerson, and AP with 1,500 yards. And honestly, Barry Sanders had a worse year than I expected. What about receiving? 1,900 yards and 26 touchdowns from Sterling Sharp. I mean, he is going to the Hall of Fame this year, so that makes sense. 1,917 from Isaac Bruce. 1,700 yards and 19 touchdowns from Michael Thomas. Rod Smith at 1,620. Don Maynard at 1,623. And Drew Pearson on the Cowboys had 1,300 yards and 24 touchdowns. Absolutely insane offensive numbers. Hopefully defense doesn't disappoint. Okay, 26.5 sacks from Bruce Smith, 26 from John Randall, 22.5 from Reggie White, and from Deacon Jones on the Rams. Julius Peppers had 19.5, Darrelle Revis had 3 interceptions, Charles Woodson had 4, and so did Champ Bailey, but Marshawn Lattimore led the league with 6. We basically broke every single season record, but who won MVP? Yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised. It's Kurt Warner with the Rams. So this is going to be our playoff bracket for this season. So in the wild card round, round. We'll start with the Titans versus Steelers. And late in this game, the Titans are down by 7. Look, we're just going to have to accept the fact that Steve McNair is white. Why did he drop that? I don't understand what Madden did to like make players just look completely different than they're supposed to look. He's actually going to get the first down here. He might actually score on this play. I'm so distracted. But I mean, can you really blame me? Anyway, that got them down to the 6, and they used their first timeout. He's definitely getting sacked. By definitely mean Joe Green. Okay. So that backs them up to the 17, and they use their second timeout. He's throwing to the outside here. That Delaney Walker catch got them right back to the 7s, but it's 3rd and goal now. Where is McNair going? He should just run. He definitely should not just run. Throw it away, dude. Of all the times they don't throw it away. But now it's 4th and goal from the 14. They have stalled out after that big gain. Where's McNair going? He's just backing up and he gets sacked. So the Steelers are moving on. Next, we got the Seahawks versus Vikings. And with just about 2 minutes to go, the Seahawks are down by 4. Russ is throwing here deep, down to the 2 to DK. So now from the 2, they're going to hand off. No, they're not going to hand off. It's play action. He's getting sacked. Well, yeah, that's definitely Andrew Van Ginkel. It's like the only thing I can notice because Marshawn Lynch is white in the backfield, which is just so stupid. But Russell Wilson's getting down to the 4. It's got to like bring it all back in my head right now. Now it's 3rd and goal with 1:20. Russ is going to step up and get sacked. So now this is game. It's 4th and goal from the 8. They got to get in or the season's over. He's throwing end zone. He's wide open. Looking like vintage Russell Wilson here. So the Seahawks come back and win this game. And now with 1.5 minutes to go, the Bears are down by 5 against the Cowboys. They gained 5 there. But under 50 seconds now, it's 3rd and 1. Cutler's going to throw here and it's caught. That got them to the 32, but they had to use their last timeout. He has time to throw. He's getting sacked by Micah Parsons. And now it's 4th and 22. The Bears season is on the line. I mean, I don't really know what chance they have here, but he's throwing deep and he's got Johnny Morris wide open for the touchdown. Jay Cutler has got that dog in him. So the Bears take down the 13 and 4 Cowboys. Next, we got the Ravens versus Broncos. But with 1.5 minutes to go, the Ravens are up by 6. The Broncos are at the 47. No, they're not. They are actually getting in the end zone with definitely Ed McCaffrey. Okay. But now let's see if Lamar can get him in field goal range. He's kind of has a reputation, kind of not being able to come through in the big moments, but there's 45 seconds left. He's going deep and he's got him here. But now to move on to the next round, Justin Tucker nails it. And last up, we got the Rams versus Saints. With the Saints down by a touchdown with 2 minutes to go, he's getting sacked, which makes it 3rd and 12. That backed them up to the 27. They're going to get a first down here to Colston. They use their first timeout. They have just under 1.5 minutes to go. They're going to get another first down to Colston all the way down to the 38. Drew Brees was very clutch in these moments. He has one timeout to work with. He is getting sacked though. You cannot take a 12-yard sack in this point of the game. He's going to throw outside here. Gain actually a few. I thought that was going out of bounds. But they had to use their last timeout. So if this is in the field of play, he's going to get sacked again. So now it's 4th and 28. He's going to throw quick. What was the point of this? So the Rams hold on to win this game. So now in the divisional, we got the Bears versus 49ers, Seahawks versus Rams, Ravens versus Patriots, and Colts versus Steelers, where Peyton Manning has 30 seconds in this game to tie it up. With only one timeout, I have a strong feeling this clock is going to expire on them. That is a terrible sack. Just don't pull a Drew Brees and take multiple of them back to back because that's going to cost them. Honestly, maybe Peyton Manning should have been the Broncos quarterback and they would have stood a better chance all around, but he's throwing deep here. And wow, he's got Marvin Harrison wide open. But wow, this is crazy. They're going for 2. They don't want to go to overtime. He's got all day in the pocket and Marvin Harrison wide open in the back of the end zone. I cannot believe the Colts went for 2 there. And it worked for them. Next, we got the Ravens versus Patriots. And the Patriots are down by 1 with about 3.5 to go. They're going to get an 8 here. Brady does have that killer mentality in these situations. But speaking of killer, he nearly gets sacked. You almost had him there, Ray. The Patriots facing the Ravens in the playoffs is such a classic matchup. But Kevin Falk's got space here. And he's going to go all the way in for the go-ahead touchdown. And the Patriots will go for 2 here. Brady's got time in the pocket. He's got him wide open. That might have been some of the worst coverage I've ever seen. Like, Chris McAllister is out of bounds right now. So Lamar clutched up once in this video. The question is, can he do it again? He's gonna run. That was a smart play. Gets a big first down. The Ravens are at the 43 now. They still have one timeout in their pocket. Lamar's got time and he's gonna gain a few. And now it's 3rd and 3. They have about 40 seconds to go. Lamar should have just ran maybe. Season's on the line again for the Ravens and Lamar. It's 4th down. Just run for it. You will have it. You literally probably crossed the line of scrimmage. Okay, you did get it. What just happened to the clock? Why he went out of bounds? Why did it sim down? This is the last play of the game now, and Lamar's gonna throw it out of bounds. Maybe he's not, but he's gonna run for it, unless he gets a touchdown somehow. I thought he definitely went out of bounds there. Classic Patriots, just finding ways to cheat. Next up, we got the Seahawks versus Rams. With the Rams up by a touchdown and about to make it 2, that got them all the way down to the 1, and they're gonna hand off to Dickerson, who loses 2 yards. So it's 3rd and 3. I would just hand it off to him again, but they're not going to do that. Kurt Warner's gonna roll out to the left. Where is he going on this? Just run, you could have had it. So they'll have to settle for the field goal to take the 10-point lead. The Seahawks have gotten it down to the 23. For some reason, they haven't used any timeouts because they have 3. He gets sacked and fumbles, and Aaron Donald's able to pick it up to seal this win. The Rams are going to the NFC Championship. And last up, we get the Bears versus Niners. And the Bears are down by 2 with a minute to go, but now it's 4th down. All the pressure's on Cutler to come in clutch here, and he's throwing deep, and he's got Devin Hester for a first. And he got out of bounds, so they're able to save that timeout. That's going to put him well into field goal range here on this run. Jay Cutler and the Bears are about to knock off the 17-0 Niners. They've burned all the Niners timeouts. Oh, and I don't like that. They used theirs right away. They get the touchdown. They could have killed all the clock and kicked the game-winning field goal. I mean, they're up by 5, so it's not like a field goal would kill them, but they just made this way harder on themselves. You got to get the sack there. Now it's 3rd and 10. I thought they were going to hand off. I literally was going to be like, what are you doing? But he's going to throw. Oh, I thought not out of bounds. It's caught, but they have no way to stop the clock. So the Bears somehow just knocked off the Niners. So in the AFC Championship, we got the Colts versus Patriots. And with 3.5 minutes to go, we're tied at 31. Manning and Brady have met 4 times in the AFC Championship. And Peyton's actually been able to win 3 of those matchups. But only one of them was with the Colts. I mean, it feels like he's going to get sacked on this play for sure. That just put the Patriots in prime position to kill a lot of time and get some points on the board. Brady's finally going to throw the ball deep here, and it's somehow caught by that's not Julian Edelman. And the Colts just used their second timeout. I mean, they probably should just let him score. I mean, if you force him to kick the field goal, which they are going to do, Patriots can put up this kick and take the 3-point lead. So it leaves the Colts with a chance, but this is the last chance they're going to get. Manning's got a lot of time in the pocket. I don't even know if he has anyone deep here to catch the ball. Sidearms it weirdly. Caught by Reggie Wayne, but there's no chance he's going to get the touchdown. So the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. But will they face the Bears or Rams? But with just over a minute to go, we got a tie game here, and the Bears are throwing deep, and he's got him wide open for the huge first down, all the way down to the 18. What's cool is that no matter who wins, we are going to get a Super Bowl rematch against the Patriots. They get all the way, ooh, not in. I thought Walter Payton definitely scored, but he's going to get in on this one. So now the Rams got a minute in this game to try to tie this game up. Warner is going to throw. He's got a lot of time in the pocket. How does he have this much time in the pocket? Is he ever going to throw the ball? No, he's going to take a sack. That just killed so much time with the accelerated clock. I mean, he was in the pocket forever, so that was his fault. I low-key wanted the Rams to win just because it kind of overlaps more with the Brady era on the Patriots. But shoot, if the Bears win, they have a chance to get Jay Cutler a Super Bowl, which would be absolutely crazy for like putting all these amazing players into the league. That's nearly picked. So the Bears just won this game and will face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And with 2 minutes to go, we're tied at 17. The Bears are up to the 31-yard line. They're going to hand off to Payton, who gains none. They're in field goal range, and they've killed another 30 seconds off the clock. Patriots just used their first timeout. They really need a stop here, and they are able to get it. So they hold the Bears to a field goal. So now Brady's got 1 timeout in just over a minute. I would not throw that. Like a 5-yard gain does you nothing. I mean, you are the best in this situation. And there you go. That's a big gain there for them. That put them probably on the edge of field goal range. They're going to throw quick, gain a few. I really don't like that they just used their last timeout because they're going to hand off here. They're going to get a first down. 20 seconds, 19, 10. What are you doing? You just threw the game. It's the last play of the game. They literally just handed the Bears. Oh my God. I thought he was going to catch that. But there's no time left, so the Bears just beat the Patriots. Jay Cutler is a Super Bowl champion. But if you want to see what happens when I make every single player in the NFL a 99 overall, click right here. I'll see you guys soon. Be good people.